Look, man, this is the kind of corruption that collapses entire nations. It's not an exaggeration. It's not hyperbole. This is what happens when the people who are supposed to defend this country, they start selling it out from the inside. If you didn't catch this, I'm not surprised. They cover this shit up, and they do it for a reason. And here's what you probably already missed. The former Obama DEA Chief Financial Director, you know, the guy responsible for protecting America from cartel activity. Yeah. This dude, Paul Campo, yeah. He was just arrested for allegedly laundering $12 million for a Mexican drug cartel. $12 million fucking dollars. And for those of you who you want to comment and tell me to stop dropping the F word, the answer is no. I'm done. I'm so fucking done. We're past the point of playing nice. This country is being destroyed, and a massive portion of society refuses to acknowledge what's going on, or even just pay attention to the things that are going on and taking them seriously. And by the way, you can thank me later for being so stern in my vernacular, okay? So listen, back to the story. The man in charge of mitigating and eradicating drug trafficking, well, he was just allegedly, working for and on the payroll for said traffickers. And if you don't think this affects you, tell me that next time you make another exorbitant payments to your corrupt medical insurance provider, right? The one that's robbing you through the wonderful Obamacare legislation that went into place back in, 2013 or whatever it was. And they forced you to pay corrupt corporations, or maybe I should say extorted you. But I guess that's a topic for another discussion. But just so you know, that dude is responsible for a great portion of what is making your life so difficult to manage right now. Fucking $1,700 a month for coverage that covers fucking nothing. Give me a break. You can thank good old Barry Sortero for that fucking train wreck. And the last I checked, he's still on the take from that whole scheme, right? Like a musician or like a movie star who's getting royalties long after they did what they did, right? Anyhow, let that sink in for a second and realize that Obama and all of his crimes and his dirty laundry are about to come out. Last I heard, he just bought a new home over in Europe. I wonder what that could be about. Totally sure it couldn't be anything that has to do with extradition. Oh, but I guess we'll find out. Anyhow, they bagged this dude, Paul Campo, right? They bagged him on Friday. And let me be clear, this isn't some low-level agent. He's not some rookie who got tempted by green paper. This is a high-ranking official who spent 25 years inside of the DEA. You know, the one that's also known as the agency for dipshits, egomaniacs, and assholes. Yeah, he spent 25 years in that fucking place. And the DOJ just confirmed that he was raided, he was arrested, and he was charged for participating in trafficking and laundering money for one of the most heinous, bloody, and deadly cartels on earth, okay? Doesn't take a genius to connect the dots here. And this isn't some one-off scandal. This is proof that our institutions are compromised at the highest levels. Because when people, the people who are in charge of fighting crime become the ones who are helping criminals, it's not corruption anymore. That's infiltration. And infiltration destroys nations faster than any wartime battlefield. Just think about, Just think about what Democrat policies have done to this nation. Cartels began exploding with power. Fentanyl began wiping out an entire generation. And now we find that the people inside the federal government, inside the DEA, they were participating in the whole thing, right? They weren't just asleep at the wheel. They were cashing fucking checks. Brother, if this doesn't wake people up, nothing ever will. This is rot and decay that will take down entire empires. This is what collapses things from the inside out. This is the betrayal that brings entire societies to their knees. And the part that should piss you off the most is that if this were a conservative official, the media and their talking heads, they would have directed their mob of Antifa goons to go and burn the entire country down over their outrage, right? But because it happened under their precious establishment 10 years or so ago, and because it exposes the cracks in their sacred institutions, well, they're not going to talk about it. Silence. Nothing but fucking silence. This story should be everywhere, but instead, it's being buried. And Obama probably already fled to Europe because he knows that shit's about to go down. And that's exactly why men like us have to start talking about this shit, because nobody else will. And I'll tell you another thing. A society of strong men would never have allowed any of this bullshit to take place. And that's exactly why they came after us first. This is what happens when commie scumbags like Obama and Paul Campo infiltrate our country. And when liberal women vote these people into the highest levels of government. Maybe not Campo, but definitely Obama. Look, I can't say the same for everyone, but I'm a good human being. And I'll do whatever it takes to safeguard this great American nation. And if you want to surround yourself with other men like me, men who still give a damn about this country, click the link up top in my bio. Join our brotherhood. And I'll see you in there, brother.